So I wanted to see her anger level. I wanted to see if I was powerful enough to twist her mind.
This is Tere reporting to you live from the tavern. So today we have HypnoBird, the tier 0 super threat we've all been waiting for. This is a mixture of faith and memory, and it aims to just outvalue your opponent until you win the game. It has a pseudo Exodia win condition with Lechku plus Temptation, or else it will just win by stealing your opponent's cards, or maybe a Malfestio gets too big. It's a lot of ways to win, but a lot of it just revolves around outvaluing your opponent. Going over the card by card, we have 3 Foresight. Having a 1 mana draw spell is really nice, and that's one of the main strengths purple has. And I feel like it really emphasizes in this deck, it gets your memory count up, and it really helps with cards like Fairy. Natural Fanatic, this is probably the best faith card in the game. It allows you to pseudo ramp in Teppen, and ramp isn't really in Teppen. And half the time you're playing this for free because of how the chains work as well. And it's really nice to get your active response up for cards like the next one, which is Birth of a Dragon. This is the craziest purple card overall right now. It almost says win the game on 2 mana, especially if you can activate it properly. The card it summons, Ascension Whelp, is just overstated is the only way to say it. 4 mana 2/5 Flight is already super strong, and that Resonate is going to proc over and over and over again, making this card really hard to clear without spot removal. And if your opponent is spending mana on spot removal, you're probably going to be able to chain another one of his. 3 Cornered Prey. I think this is the best halt card in the meta right now. It's Crystal Hunter in the sense that it halts everything for 2 mana, but you also get the added bonus of being able to ping it for 2. I think a really powerful effect about this card is how you can play it with max board slots just to halt. You don't have to lock, unlike other cards like Memory Control and stuff where you do. You could just always play this card whenever you need it. 1 Letter from Lottie. This is the main win condition you'll probably see in any deck that has a purple leader. Being able to get MP boost 100 for 10 seconds pretty much wins the game because you're just going to outmana your opponent. You're going to be able to play a card like Lechku and then play Letter from Lottie, and by the time your opponent has the mana to deal with Lechku, you're able to play another threat that's almost equally as scary. And your opponent won't have the mana to clear it. Next we have Fairy. This is another just extremely overstated purple card. You get the 3 mana 1/7 Flight, which is good already even as a vanilla. But it foresights the first time you play an action, and then you get another like pseudo ramp the second time. You could play 2 of these and then just play 2 spells and really set yourself up for the rest of the game. A very good card. 3 Malfestio. This is the biggest wall in the game right now. You're playing this normally as a 2/8 or a 3/9 based on the effect, and the damage taken -1 makes it so it's very hard to ping this card down with spot removal. It's a really good counter to cards like Jolt and cards like Mjolnir. So I guess you could see it as sort of an anti-meta card. But this card is just very hard to clear for a lot of decks, unless if they're just running hard removal. But with the nature of the meta right now and how everyone is just pinging cards down, it's a really nice counter, and it's really good to just have a faith card on the board. Lilith is the other main faith card you're playing. I used to think this card sucks, but I think it was like really made for this deck. It really shines in it. You're able to once again have a 4 mana 2/5 Flight, which is pretty good, but the ping for 3 and healing can be super nice, especially where you're playing this mostly to buff all of your other faith cards in your hand, and it's just really good to like mana cycle with it. It's high value. 3 Scrap Manipulator. This is another reason why Lilith is so important. Being able to take units. The memory 4, 5 or less HP is super easy to get, and it hits a ton of high value cards like Vile Killer, Alex Wesker, and all of the other just insane low cost cards in the meta. It steals Tube Foxes, it steals Jill. It's just very nice considering how easy it is to get the memory. And even when it's 3 or less, it's really good whenever you're able to play it. I feel like this card is super slept on and might actually be like one of the best cards in the game right now. Dark Libido Morgan. This is by far the best demon for Lilith, except for Virgil, which is going to be the next card. But being able to ignore blocking when cards are halted in a deck focused around halting everything is super nice. And having the Resonate halt is just nice too. This is pretty much like a permalock for whatever is adjacent to it. Devil's Successor Virgil. This is it has like, if we were playing Shadowverse, we would say it had Super Ward. This card, people will play fucking anything to get this card off of the board. It's crazy, they will play anything. And then by the time they got it out of the board, you can play Lechku and stuff. But this card puts a very fast timer on the opponent. And it can also be played to ascend, just like, oh, if a fairy only has 1 health left, yeah, ascend it. And then it's a super high value card. It's gonna hit your opponent really fast. Some decks might want to play like Hook Shot on it to really make sure it gets in for damage, but I didn't really think that was necessary. But yeah, if you just want to hit your opponent super fast, just play this on tempo. Evil Guardian Saddler as the next one of. This almost says win the game sometimes. You want to use this card to steal high value targets like DeCapri. You want to use it to even steal stuff like a Nero, Zenogre's another one, Esoon, any card that your opponent like dumps a lot of mana into. You want to respond to it by playing something like Malfestio and then Saddler. And then you just get it for yourself. It's a huge tempo loss for the opponent. Saddler having Faith is really nice because you could also use it to buff all of your other cards. And yeah, it's just a really nice card to have. Aid to Domination is another win condition of this deck. You can win the mirror instantly by taking every copy of a Malfestio, but most of the time you're using this to take Tube Foxes or Jill, or even DeCapri in a pinch. If you're stealing a legendary, you don't have to worry about the Faith proc, because there's only 1 copy of it anyway, but it's really good to just steal all of the copies of an opponent's key card. And then rounding it out, we have Killing Machine Lechku. This is the best unit in the game on play right now. Getting the Nechku wins the game pretty much. Giving everything slow, slowing your opponent's attack proc is just insane, especially because it still has flight. You're able, like the main win condition of this deck, you're able to play it and then Temptation, and all of a sudden your opponent isn't attacking you for like over a minute. If you could loop 2 Temptations, and you'll just slowly win the game by pinging them down. It's extremely powerful, and I hope you'll see that in the replay. Yeah, that's HypnoBird.
There's no point resisting. Just accept your fate. Try harder. You're finished. Give up already. Now it's talking.
Don't disappoint me now.
Try harder. You're finished. Give up already.
Naughty, naughty. Get what you deserve.
There's no point resisting. Just accept your fate. No, I can't. I can't let it end here.
Love is a game of give
Try
and
harder. All preparations complete.
Naughty, naughty. Get what you deserve.
You're finished. Give up already.
Playing rough. You
Looks like my tactics are having the desired effect.
Just relax. All I want is everything. Naughty, naughty. Get what you deserve.
There's no point resisting. Just accept your fate.
Naughty, naughty. Get what you deserve.
Now we're talking.
Playing rough.
Looks like my tactics are having the desired effect. No, I can't. I can't let it end here.
Love is a game of
You're finished. Give up already.
try harder.
There's no point resisting. Just accept your fate. All preparations complete.
Try harder.
No, I can't. I can't let it end here. Looks like my tactics are having the desired effect. You're finished. Give up already.
Try harder.
Now we're talking. There's no point resisting. Just accept your fate. No, I can't. I can't let it end here.
Just relax. All I want is everything.
You're finished. Give up already. Now we're talking. All preparations complete.
Just relax. All I want is everything. Where do you think you're going? You were
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to follow me on Twitch too.